So how other people treat you, good or bad, says a lot more about how they feel about themselves than what's true about you. This one took me a while to really understand. And actually you might be able to check yourself and reflect on like past behaviors or like how you might have been in the past as well. You always remember how someone made you feel, right? If someone made you feel really bad, you will remember that. If someone made you feel really good, you're going to remember that. And the people that made you feel really bad probably feel quite awful about themselves, and they'll be projecting a lot of that experience and feeling onto you. Equally, people that make you feel really good, you'll notice that they're actually really content with their lives at that moment in time, and they're experiencing through different guises a lot of self-love, and they're treating themselves really well, right? You can apply that to like small things. Like if you go to like, if you really enjoy training with someone, going to the gym with someone, or like they inspire you to do certain things, that's probably because they've got a really good relationship with their own personal health, because they're loving themselves enough to do that. But more broadly, if you can tell when you're around someone really positive. You know, you go into a room where like you've gone for a dinner with someone and you leave feeling like that, you just feel like charged again. You don't feel like you've been drained. That's because you're around someone that is actually taking time and feels good about themselves a lot of the time as well, more often than not. Equally, someone that like treats you like shit and says some things to you, and if you've been that person as well, you can probably reflect, and actually it's much more of an indication of how you're feeling about yourself. I've had a friend recently who caught themselves maybe, I don't know, behaving waywardly toward me, and months later had reflected and said to me that I wasn't in a great place at the time. I was really confused and I didn't realize it. Confusion was a good description. They were like, I was just in a really confused space. And I was like, that's so funny, because like when I spent time with you, I just felt really confused. I couldn't really tell whether you were happy with me or you weren't. And a lot of the time you can apply that to like really acute examples of people just misbehaving with you. It's a greater reflection of how they feel about themselves. And without being vengeful or spiteful, I think as soon as that you can accept that how they're being then is punishment enough, their life in that moment in time is probably punishment enough for you to be able to just walk away.